females is because me and Ross had this conversation, and actually Ross, I want you to ask the girls that because I believe it was something along the lines of how do they feel about us like walking up and
Oh yeah. So my thing is with all right, like with the whole in today's dynamic in the world, it's like when it comes to harassment and how women are walking in the street, catcalled. When it comes to a guy that is cute or not cute, or just he's just trying to shoot his shot, and y'all are in the street, y'all are doing just regular business, not no club, but in the supermarket and the laundromat, and a guy comes up to you and he's like trying to holler. How do y'all feel about that? Are y'all open to that, or it's just like, yo, I'm not here for that?
I mean, if he
Even
does it
train ride
respectfully, oh, that's me. I'm sorry. If he does it respectfully, but what I don't like, I don't know if the other ladies here can attest to it, is when we're walking outside and we're walking past a group of guys. We know that feeling, and it's like we're under a microscope.
That happened to me today. Coming here,
and they just staring at us, analyzing us, saying, "What's up, boo? What's up, ma?" That makes me feel very uncomfortable. But if I'm in the supermarket, the laundromat, or whatever, and he comes up to me and with a certain posture, then it's okay. But if he come like yo, ma, what's good? Then it's like no.
So, but when you're always open to someone hollering at you when they're no matter what you're doing.
No.
Layla.
For me, it depends on.
Well, all right, let them finish.
For me, it depends on the setting, because I feel like if we in a club, you can approach me. But if I'm walking down the street, I tend to not pay attention or show you no type of attention. I don't care if you look like Denzel Washington, Morris Chestnut. I'm not paying you no mind, and that's just me.
Okay, so that just happened to me, like I said, coming here. And the funny thing was, I'm like, guys still say that today? Because I know back in the day, it used to be heavy. So, like, this guy, he was like, hey, yo, shorty. Hey, yo, shorty. And I'm like, they still say shorty? And then, two, he was like, I like your walk. I'm like, they still say that today? Because I remember hearing that as a teen. So I'm just like, they really still use those lines. So to me, today, I found it funny, but I don't, like she said, like, sometimes it's very uncomfortable. Like, every time I do walk past a group of guys, I have to, like, tell myself, like, all right, you already know what's about to come, so just keep on moving, act like you can't hear them, and that's that. I haven't been in a situation in a long time in the sense of where someone has approached me and I actually entertained it. I do try to be nice as possible with people, especially because of what I do. You never know who's watching you. But sometimes, the way that they approach you, I don't like. But if they approach you like, hi, how you doing? Then I will talk back. Like, there was another time where this guy, I was on my phone, and I thought he was on his phone, wasn't paying him no mind, but I just did notice he was on the phone, and he was talking to me. And he was like, oh, you're so rude, da-da-da. And I'm like, are you talking to me right now? And he was like, yeah, I was talking to you this whole time. That I'm like, you're all the way over there. I'm over here. How am I supposed to know that you're speaking to me? So I feel like if maybe the guys know how to introduce themselves a little bit better, then I think we could probably entertain it or, speak back appropriately.
How do you guys go about when you're in a relationship and the guys approach you? Do you like shut it down in a rude way?
Oh yeah, I shut it down, but not in a rude way. I just be like, no, thank you.
I say no, thank you. Have a good day.
Back in the day,
like it's rude.
Layla got it scripted. No, thank you. Have a good day. Bam.
I'm good love, enjoy.
I'm good love, enjoy. Right. He just got it scripted, yo.
I got a scenario, right? So when I think I was like maybe like 17. This is my first and my last time doing this. I was in the train, coming from school, and there was this chick on the train. I'm like, damn. So I was like, I never talked to anyone on the train. This is like the first time I ever did it. I'm like, nah, I gotta talk to this girl. Do it. I went and I was standing in front of her, and I went to lean in and say, hey, how are you doing? But I leaned in a little too close.
Oh, no.
And she looked at me like, nigga, what the fuck? and I felt it. I didn't even say anything because I just backed up and I was like, damn. And after that, never again.
Aw.
Damn.
Try
son.
again.
Yeah. So maybe we should. I know, right? All right, guys. Moving on. Question number 6 is. What is it? Why do we disassociate one race or where someone is from in terms of dating if it doesn't work out? So what I'm saying is, I've met people that don't date Scorpios for shit. I met people that don't date someone from Haiti, someone from Jamaica, someone from Trinity, because they dated a guy or girl from that place one time and that was it. And it's like, I think that's wrong. I'm like, not every Trinity is the same. Not every Scorpio is the
Yeah.
kind of sort of. But hey, so why do you guys think that that's the case? Like it's one and done for a sign where someone is from, so on and so forth. Ladies.
I think it depends on the experience that you've gone with that person, or if it keeps happening with those same types. So if you notice that every time with the Scorpio, you're always getting into an argument because that has happened to me, so I'm going to make sure that we are on good terms.
Here we go.
But, no, like, it happens, so you just know, like, okay, these are their characteristics, and you just want to distance yourself because you don't want to go through that again. And even with, let's say if you dated, or if I dated a white guy and I noticed like this is the pattern that all white guys do, yeah, I'm gonna like keep my distance from that. It just depends on your experience with those especially if it keeps happening.
That's a human emotion though. If you see something from one, I guess, general person or whatever it is, you tend to associate whatever experience you have with that person, because it could be flipped. If you had a good experience with one person, I guess a Jamaican, then you would probably think, yo, these Jamaican men are all the shit.
Yeah.
So this is a human thing, you know. You just got to keep your eyes open.
Layla, what do you think?
I personally never done it. I mean, everybody is different. Everybody should get their own opportunity. And if I see, I mean, for people who do it, I guess it's repetition. Like she said earlier, like if she's dating a Scorpio and her and the Scorpio are always arguing, then yeah, don't date another Scorpio if you're gonna always argue with a Scorpio if it's 5 different Scorpios. But I mean, personally, I don't do that.
I had a chick tell me she doesn't date November.
I had somebody
Scorpio.
tell me that too.
I'm
A
like,
November Scorpio?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's my experience.
She was that.
I'm a November Scorpio.
Yeah, me too.
So
Yes,
That's
lady.
two then.
yes, we on here.
You're on the same page.
What's the other
And
Scorpio?
November Scorpios are awesome. So I'm trying to.
What's the other Scorpio?
Scorpio is October 23rd to November 22nd.
So she's limiting her
So to October
to 7
Scorpios.
days of a
Of a sign, correct.
23rd, 24th, 25th, 26th, 27th.
All the way to 31. You're right, correct.
8 days. I'm sorry.
I had a chick. I was like, what? You don't date a November Scorpio?
Because she already know how you gonna be.
Nonsense.
Thank you, Hector. That is beer
Absolute nonsense.
That's
nonsense.
just ignorant.
Fault.
Ignorant.
Thank you.
It depends if she kept experiencing that over and over. She's like, all right, I learned my lesson like 3-5 times. Let me just chill and just not even put myself through that.
Okay, let me ask you, is it really that true that
I mean-
if you date a November Scorpio that every experience is the exact same
Honestly,
that you
it's
can
probably
say?
not. Probably not. The person probably don't even get to that opportunity to even figure that out because they've gone through it so many times. Like honestly, outside of just like signs and stuff, like a new friend in my life that's right now, he's just like, stop treating me like I'm everyone else. I'm a different person. Yes, I'm this. Yes, I'm that. But that doesn't mean I'm going to do the same thing as those other people have done.
He sound like me. Wait, I'm
So
sorry,
he's
good.
like been checking me on that, and then it's helping me as well with making sure I don't do that with other people too. But sometimes if you keep going through stuff, if you keep getting hurt, if you keep going through whatever the situation is, you're gonna protect yourself and not put yourself back into that situation. So I think that's what that is overall with why we disassociate ourselves with certain things.
I can see that as well because I love Haitian women.
I
Panamanian women, I love them as well. I have zero luck with the both of them. I don't know if it's me. I think it's them.
Speaking the wrong language, buddy.
But
Right.
yo, like I swear, every time I meet someone, I'm like, okay, talk, conversation. I'm Haitian. I'm like, fuck, damn. Hey, hi, how you doing? Panama. I'm like, damn.
Has the experiences been the same though? Even though you have no luck, has it been different things in every one? or
It's
has
been
it
different
the same?
for the most part. Yes, I mean, when I say it's them, it's more like a joke. But I mean, to me, it's weird. Every Haitian chick I meet, every Panamanian chick I meet, it never. I mean, maybe it is me, but I'm just like.
So let me
lost,
ask this then: what is the measure of success? If you're saying that it doesn't work out, what would you consider a success that something does work out? Is that because you're
just something that could turn into something else? Like with them both, it's like I get to a certain point and it's just like it falls off the cliff.
So you saying like you never get to sex with a Haitian and Panamanian?
I don't even care about the sex. It's just like
I'm saying like he's talking about the limit that you get to. You're saying like you never even get to the sex part.
I mean, I like them past that, like, but it's like it doesn't even get to the point where I'm like, all right, well, you know, like let's, you know, I kind of like you say date and then date exclusively.
Shut up, man.
So my brother, right now you single, right?
Yes.
So I mean, no matter what girl you've been with, it ain't work
That's
out.
what I'm
It's
trying
the
to allude to.
Americans,
What is
whatever you've been with, it ain't
You're
work out.
right.
So you
That's
can't
the
really
level of
narrow
success.
it down to just those two.
But with me, it's like I just get like a bad vibe. Like when I meet someone, I'm like, okay, good. And the moment she says she's one of those two, I'm just like,
Well, that's the first
it's
problem.
only a matter of time.
That's
you know?
the first problem.
No, you're right. You're right.
You got a
We're
negative
putting
mind.
that energy out
Right,
there.
you're already prejudging her, so
Yeah.
that's already killing it from then.
Well, it's not a prejudge on her. It is prejudge
What
on
you
me. Like
notice.
this, not like this is only a matter of minutes, hours, days, weeks.
That's a bad mentality to have.
What
though.
someone told me, they were like, whatever energy or thought that you put out there is going to happen. So if we automatically do think that, well, yeah, so this is going to happen automatically, then yeah, that's going to happen because that's what you thought, and now everything is coming into, you know, to motion of what you thought was going to happen.
Yeah,
but
they
if we
say one
think
bad
positive about the situation, then you're going to get your luck, you're going to get your opportunity.
There's a whole book about that. It's called The Secret.
Yeah, I've read it and watched
That's
the
exactly what
film.
that
Yeah.
is.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I
That
bought a
means-
book. Remember, I started the show. I bought a book, right?
Did you figure out what the name of that book is?
I figured it out, then I forgot it.
Jesus Christ!
Oh, it's the explanation of everything.
And what is it about, Hector?
It's
Enlighten us.
Right.
I know, right?
Yeah,
Right.
I mean, he couldn't remember the title. You want to give me the description?
You just got
The synopsis.
Yeah, like I said, I just got the book. It's basically just the author took a bunch of different like people from different industries in science, engineering, philosophy, psychology, and just got them to have discussions on like certain topics. So you have like the science guy talk about how electromagnetism works, and the psychology talked about how people's minds work and why we are the way we are, that kind of thing. So it's just, I'm excited to see about it. What more it has.
Let me know how it is.
I will.
I just may buy it too.
Yes.
He lying.
Definitely. Me and Ross again was talking the other day, and Ross had another question. He
Wait,
wanted
hold
to
on, but I didn't even answer that last time.
For real?
The last, I was out. So hold on.
You right,
The
I'm
question
sorry.
was about what science?
No, the question was. Damn, I forgot.
Because I heard y'all
forgot
talking
what
about
the
science. Of course.
For like certain races.
Yes. Why do we disassociate ourselves with a certain sign or
Okay.
race once it doesn't?
So when it
work out?
comes to generalizations, those are never good. But
Right.
like even with me, I have a thing with Libras. I feel like Libras are liars.
Hold up. Huh?
I
I'm
feel
a
like
Libra.
She grabbed the mic real quick, yo.
Oh my God.
Libras have a thing where they will
Come
lie
back again.
dead to your face
Libra man.
and on the they'll
Some line check.
they'll lie dead to
What
your
kind of
face.
Libra you?
on
You in October or September?
See,
Why does that even exist?
just joking.
A
I'm
September
just
Libra, an October Libra.
When's
Why?
your birthday,
joking.
Anthony? What month?
October 9th.
October 9th. Okay.
I'm September.
What day in September?
September 26th.
I'm September 11th. You really think we have that much difference between us because we're what?
You're a Leo.
I'm Virgo.
Oh, Virgo.
Yeah, by
Ooh,
sign.
yeah, Virgo.
but born a day after.
Lanice's face whole change. Ugh.
Yeah.
So see, it's all there. The generalization is there.
I don't play into all that science stuff.
Yeah, you're making my point though, man.
We are, unfortunately.
This
I mean, I don't mind it. While I have the idea in my head like, yo, Libra's no good. At the same time, whenever I meet a Libra, I don't be like, oh, she's gonna be a liar off the bat. I just wait and
Until she
Oh,
lies.
so you just wait to
You wait
until
till
we
I don't
prove
wait to.
ourselves.
You know, I'm not. I'm aware, but
So-
I'm not like.
So do you think only Libras lie? Like,
Oh, no,
so,
no, no.
so
I'm
this is
just-
what I'm saying. Like
I'm
the
just
whole
saying,
sign thing is
they're
just
the-
all
they're the-
misconstrued.
Anthony's taking it personally, yo.
No. If it was a Scorpio or whatever, I was like, listen, it's not the only
liars is
sign
liars
that-
that lie, right? You absolutely right. But I'm saying in my experience, I've learned. I've
Okay,
seen
don't talk
it.
about Libras more.
Yo, they will be dead on their deathbed, still holding that lie.
And you making eye contact with me too while you saying that.
Watch out, brother.
He thinks you're a liar, yo. I mean, I'm just saying.
They didn't say
Even
no.
women don't lie.
They didn't say no.
Women just never
There you
say
go.
what they
There's
feel.
a lie.
Right, saying women don't lie is the actual lie,
Don't
correct?
lie.
Anyway, Ross, you have something to ask the panel, sir?
All right. So
Very
next
considerate.
question. All right. So do you, and if so, how long should you date someone based on the potential you see in them, like even if they don't have much going on for them? So it's to give a scenario. It's like you just met somebody, you really like them, but they don't have a job, or they have a job but they don't have a degree or whatever. But you see a lot of potential in them as far as what they could do that like they don't particularly see in themselves. So how long would you give that, or should you date someone like that, or should you just let them get their shit together?
Ladies. Layla.
When I met my ex, he didn't have a lot going for himself, and it didn't really matter to me. I cared more about the person that he was, and like Ross said, I did see the potential in what he could be, and he rose to his potential.
Interesting.
Recently I had the epiphany that I have to start dating with patterns instead of potential, because I can
Explain, please.
I could work with your patterns. You
Stop the finger slap.
you show
Right,
me
Hector, right?
you show me what you're about with your patterns. Only God could birth your potential. So
Right.
I can't. So if your patterns are, I don't know, for example, every time the check come, you got to use the bathroom. You don't pay for the check versus your potential. Like you said, if they don't have a job, if they're not in school, that's okay, because life circumstances are different for everyone. That's okay. I'm never gonna be like, well, you are CUNY, ew. Like I'm not gonna do that. But you have to be working towards it. You can't just be laying up in the bed like, I want to start my own business. Well, good night. Like, you know, you have to. Yeah, you have to
go
be,
dream about it.
Like for me, you have to be working towards something. You can't just be sitting there dreaming and then expect life to happen for you.
But what about pushing that potential though? All right,
How
so
long do you wait?
Yeah,
They-
how long?
How long
that's
are
the
you
question.
waiting?
Yeah.
No, that's a good question. Honestly, I think it depends on the individual of deciding how long and where you're at in your life too. So like as me being an entrepreneur, now I can no longer be with the person who's just chilling all day and not doing anything, even though I see that they could do so much more. Now it's like, okay, are you going to get to my level now? So it depends on what point in your life that you're at to decide of how long you're going to wait. So I don't think there's really a time frame. I think it's just a general time frame. I think it just depends on that individual.
Yeah, I think it's not about the wait. It's more about the grind. Because if someone has goals and has a dream that they're looking to get to, if they're working hard towards it every day, you can't knock them if they're not getting to that level. But if you're just sitting, like you said, on your behind and not really working hard to trying to get where you're trying to get, then that's your problem. But if you can't get there and you're working hard and busting your ass, it's not. Sometimes the ball's not always in your court. So I think it's about the grind more so than anything.
I haven't seen the movie personally, but acrimony. Throw it out there. That's from what I've heard. That's what the movie's about. The lady was with him. She held him down. And then the guy was trying to get his shit together.
That was going to be.
And then
question.
basically she literally left right before. Was it they broke up right before he got his stuff together? And then she got crazy. Yada yada. I won't get into the movie, but basically, I think my thing would be. It depends on how driven is that person in their situation, because it doesn't matter how long the person takes, as long as you see that if your goal, if your dream is to, let's say, to invent something. And every day at the crack of dawn, you waking up and you working on that project, you can stay with that person because you say you see the grind, you see that hustle, even if it's not working out, but you're doing it.
Right.
Versus if there's someone that has the goal and he's just not waiting, or he puts it once a week or once a month, and
so
wishy-washy.
Let's
is that consistent effort, like you said, patterns.
Let's take a scene out of Insecure, where Lawrence. Everybody's seen that, right? Lawrence is sitting there.
No, I actually don't watch it.
You don't watch Insecure?
I don't have HBO.
All right, so let's give the
Shut
scenario.
the front door.
So the scenario is, right, the
Somebody
guy
did
is
have a password.
The guy is the guy, he's working on a app for a year and change and letting his girl take care of all the bills and whatnot. But, you know, she knows the potential he has, but he's not bringing anything, and it's starting to take a toll on her to the point where she ends up cheating. So it's like, how long do you let that person rock out for on what the potential you think before you leave?
Well, that's where communication comes in. If you start seeing like, okay, I'm going broke trying to support you, then you gotta like speak up and say it. Don't keep doing it.
Amen.
Say like, you know, my money's running low. Like maybe get a part-time job or something.
Exactly.
You can still pursue what you gotta, you know, do, but just get a part-time.
And that's the thing. The understanding person would understand. You know what? All right, I have been down too long. Let me try to do something. She ain't telling me to stop. She's just saying we can't live like this. I need your help. That's where the communication would come in to help fix that.
I agree.
Okay, so next question. This question is a personal one because actually, you know, like me and a good friend actually ended the friendship because of the question that I'm about to ask. So because of that, it made me want to ask you guys this. The question is, as a friend, if you see or know your friend is in a toxic or bad relationship, do you intervene or do you let them figure it out? I am the type that I feel like I could only talk so much. I feel like I could talk. But if I know you're not listening to me, I'm going to just be like, all right, well, you just got to let them figure it out.
Yeah.
And this female friend was in a, you know, relationship, you know, she was being beat and you know, and you know, I was trying to let her know, like, yo, no man should beat a woman at all. But, you know, she saw the potential in him and she saw, oh, well, he could change and stuff like that. And then when, you know, things went up shit's creek, you know, she got mad at me because I wasn't supportive. She turned her back and was like, oh, well, you were saying leave him, and this and the third. And now we're no longer friends. So, and it does somewhat hurt because I've known this girl like 20-some years. So, the question is, as a friend, if you have a friend that's in a toxic or bad relationship, do you intervene or do you let them figure it out? Ross, start, please.
I have so many female friends, so I know too many toxic situations, and I'm always like, I give the advice, I tell you what it is,
right,
to the best of my ability. I try not to be, you know, judgmental and, you know, look at it from just my point of view or just you're in the right. But if the same thing keeps happening and you keep going back, I'm just be like, I'll always listen if you need me to, but I'm gonna stop talking about it. I'm gonna stop be like, yo, you need to do this. I'm just be like, shit, damn, god damn.
Yeah.
You gotta wash your hands at some point.
It's because you just gonna drive yourself crazy trying to make them like listen.
And that's what happened to me. Like, I would be at work thinking like, damn, son, like she just like, oh, it happened again, and I'm at work feeling crazy. I'm like. Like,
mad
I began to put her shit in front of my shit.
Right.
Like, I forgot to pay bills because I'm here thinking about shit. I'm like, well, damn. You know what I'm saying? So, Anthony, what do you think?
Well, like he said, I don't think the best way of approaching that situation is to give someone suggestions. It's just to give advice. I don't think you should tell someone, listen, you need to leave this person because of X, Y, X, Y, X, Y. You should stay with them. So, just to give advice as to why, as to what you see what's going on and how they should approach it. But a lot of times, some people, they don't see the toxic things that's going on in a relationship. So sometimes you may approach them on, listen, this is what's happening. Listen, I'm here for whatever you want to do with it. But you gotta let that person make their mistakes on their own sometimes. Yeah. But when someone knows that and they're with a certain person or they're in a certain situation. At that point, if you know who you're with, you know who you're with. There's not much I can really do or tell you when you know your situation, you know. But if it's at a point where, exactly, if it's at a point where in the beginning where you don't really know how to handle something, I'm gonna do my best as a friend to let you know. Listen, I don't think this is it right here. But listen, you're gonna make your mistakes on your own. But the best thing is just to give advice, and that's about it, I think.
Empress.
I think also, so I'm gonna talk on my own situation. It wasn't like OD toxic in that way. But what I did notice is that like my friends would be mad at me for staying in the relationship that I was in. And I would be like, but no, like, you know, he's not a bad person, da-da-da. And my friend had pointed out to me, she was like, well, you know, you only talk to us about the bad things. So we don't know what good things he is actually doing for why you're still staying. So I think in those situations, it's a possibility that, not saying by them beating a woman, you know, is the okay thing to do, but I think we don't always get the full story. We always get part of the story, that we are so quick to want to help and defend our friend. But I think it's just more of listening, understanding. But like you said, you could talk but so much, and you just have to like let them figure it out. But I think we just have to, as that friend, we have to understand that we don't know the whole story.
Interesting. Layla, I'm going to put you on the spot right quick. If Mariah, God forbid, is in a, you know, toxic situation, are you letting her figure it out, or are you going to intervene and be like, nigga, stop talking to my friend? I like that.
I'm gonna be like, girl, what are you doing? Like, me personally, I speak my piece, but I'm only gonna speak my piece once, because I feel like either you're gonna listen to the advice that I gave, or you're not. And if you choose not to, I'm still gonna be your friend and support you. But if I see you getting too toxic, I may say something else. Like, if she come to work Wednesday with a black eye and got sunglasses on, I'm going to say something again. But usually I just say my piece once.
Hector.
It's tough for me because I don't think anyone wants to keep repeating themselves over and over and over again about the same thing. But I think that it isn't an easy situation to be in, because it's hard to convince people to change their mind emotionally. Like, if someone has an emotional attachment with someone, to get them out of that emotional attachment is a very hard thing to do.
Right.
And
You can't.
yeah, it's almost impossible in some cases. So I think that I can't say that I would just like cut the person off, but I would just have to. I would at least try to find creative ways. For example, in a case where it's like domestic violence, I'd probably call the cops. Like go there, like. Because
but
clearly
then they would be like, why did you call the cops?
Or take them to counseling, like try to figure out non-traditional ways.
Heck, not to throw you off, that's what actually started me and her beef. She wasn't telling her family, and I told her, you know what I'm saying, told her brother, then I told her dad. And then that's the worst thing I could have done. Why did you tell my bleeping daddy? Why did you tell my bleeping brother?
Let me ask this question. If your sacrifice, if you and her stopped not being friends, saved her from that relationship, do you think it was worth it? Because, like I said, if it was a domestic violence case, which we know can end very badly,
right, correct.
If it saved her from being in that relationship, even if it was against her will, do you think it was worth it? Like, you know what, we may not.
We're not friends,
today,
but she left him.
At least you're alive.
Of course,
you know, like you're alive and you're safe.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
So it's definitely something where, you know, it could be scaled. So on a case like that,
right,
it's hard. But if it was something on a simpler level, where, you know, the guy just wasn't buying you ice cream after every day, you know, whatever it was.
I wish it was that light, man.
So I got a friend who actually 2 days ago just got arrested with his girl.
They both got arrested.
They both got arrested. Yeah. She was at the door with the knife, and he was in the bathroom.
Bobby and Whitney.
Right. And so, but he's been with her for 5 years, and from the jump, I was telling him, like, bro, from what I'm seeing, it's not looking good. I'm like, you know, she's giving all the wrong signs, and I try to tell him from Jump Street, like I'm always, it's my best friend. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna tell you everything that I see, and I'm trying my best to be objective, but nigga, wake up. Right. So I talked to him for like a good. It was like an escalation. So it was like the one thing. All right, so she would say dumb stuff where I'd be like, bro, what is that about? And then the next thing, it would be like, she broke into your house. I'm like, nigga. And she left the house, and I guess the landlord must have locked the door because she was staying at his crib. So she went in the back and broke the window to the landlord's apartment, and then went in and went up.
What?
Yo, bonkers.
Wait. She didn't break into his apartment. She broke into the landlord's apartment
and went down and went up. So I'm like,
crazy.
Bruh, no, that's not normal. That's not a normal person's mentality.
It's not normal.
So that's escalation like number 5, but still, that's like the big one. So I'm like, yo, no, Doug, leave her right now. You cannot go back.
That's ridiculous.
And then he doesn't listen, and then he moves in with her.
Oh gosh.
You're right? Exactly.
Did you bring him to the strip club?
He met her at the strip club.
But that's a problem.
Did you bring him to the library?
Yeah, I mean,
buy him a book, man.
She cut one of the strippers in the club. I can show you the pictures. Sliced down the middle. I'm like, brother, how?
Can he not get no other girls? Like, what's wrong with him?
She was the only one.
Yeah, what's wrong with him?
But I tell you what, this was his first actual relationship.
That's a problem.
Like,
he's trying to make it work.
I think it's like he
doesn't know.
It's like, he hasn't been through the heartache and all that, so this is his first time going through it. So I give him the leather with that, but at the same time,
that's
from the
life.
time,
So much for a first experience.
like the cutting the other chick, that was before the breaking into the house. Once I saw the cutting, he was like, nah, but she was talking about her son. Nah, that's not an excuse. So, all right, and then it goes from that to they move in together, and I end up having to go there because his mom calls me and is like, yo, they're fighting. I don't know what to do. Can you come with me? I go over there. I'm there trying to stop him from killing her while she's trying to kill her mom. I'm like,
Oh my
I'm like, yo, this. So you think, all right, he got it this time. They out the house. She tried to get him arrested, or she did get him arrested. I'm like, you got it this time, brother. Like, look. We not gonna do this. I'm with you on this. I'm gonna call you every day. I'm gonna make sure do not go back to that girl. I know you going through it, but we gonna do this together. I got you.
Did you bring him to the strip club then?
This sounds like a Stephen King book, yo.
I'm not a strip club kind of guy, so I couldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. But yeah, it only took I think about 4 days before you went back. And I was like, yo, that was the last time I gave a fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some times where you just, you know what I'm saying?
Because now you're going to put yourself in danger.
Right,
Yeah.
like, yo, I'm
put the knife at you.
His moms went home with bruises. Like, bruh, I'm sitting there fighting you so you don't kill this girl. Like, you should
pray for your man.
Yeah.
So, but see now,
Praise for real, pray for your boys.
So
Hopes
now
and prayers.
it's like that was probably about a year and a half ago. So now, 2 days ago, this new situation happens. I'm not saying anything like, yo, you need to leave this girl. That's gone. I'm just there for you. Like, yo, what's good, bro? Tell me about it. What happened? How you feel about it? That's it. I'm not telling you, yeah, you need to. It's over for that. If you don't know that on your own.
Yeah.
If you don't hear, you're gonna feel.
As they say back in the day. Anyway, Ross, Hector, Layla, Mariah, Empress, and Anthony, and Kia, who wasn't feeling well, so she went home. Appreciate y'all for coming. One time, clap it up one time. Appreciate y'all coming. Y'all could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with me, and I appreciate that.
Always.
Can't end the show without giving the good people that cast the Sound Lab. Shout out to Sly on the 1 and 2. Shout out to Preach and everybody. And once again, guys, thank you guys for coming on. Panel podcast, dating and relationships, part 4. Video will be out soon. Link to all the sites will be out soon. So, once again, guys, thank you guys for coming and get home safe.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having me.
Later, yo.
Well done, everyone. Well done.
Good show.